Hello, welcome back to my channel Rants by Ray. And on today's video, I am going to be reviewing a book which is almost the most controversial book of the year for us Indians, and you have guessed it right. I am talking about 12 Years My Messed Up Love Story by Chetan Bhagat, and this is um, the first love story written by Chetan Bhagat in almost a decade. And we all know how famous Chetan Bhagat is, and we almost have started our reading journey reading his books. Yeah, without wasting any further time, I'm going to be starting with the review of this book. So, first off, I would like to give you guys a disclaimer, which is here. And yeah, let's start. So the book is about two people, Saket Khurana and Payal Jain. So Saket is 33-year-old, an IIT graduate and an engineer, of course. He graduated from IIT and then started his startup. He founded a startup, and then it was apparently sold to some American entity. Then he started working at private equity in a company or a firm called Yellowstone in the US for almost a decade. I guess, is it a decade or is it 12 years? Whatever. So, more than a decade apparently. And he just came out of a marriage. He just had a divorce, and he has shifted his life from the US to India again, and started following his passion, which is stand up comedy. And he meets Payal in his first ever show in Crayon Club, which is a comedy club founded by his dear friend Mudit. And yeah, and now talking about Payal is a 21-year-old Stanford graduate, also the Stanford topper of the batch. She works at private equity as well for the past 10 months from where the book starts. And she works at a company called Blackwater, which apparently has 300 employees worldwide. And she is apparently very bright because she got into Stanford, topped Stanford, and now is working at an entity which has 300 employees worldwide. So she's a very bright student. She also belongs from the Jain community, and never had a boyfriend. The sentence that we are hearing from the promo of the book, he's 33, she's 21, he's just divorced, and she never had a boyfriend. So yeah, that is the basic plot outline of the book. And now I'm going to be talking about why the book is really good, aka why you should read the book. And after that, we are going to be discussing the cons of the book, aka why you shouldn't read the book. Again, I am not someone who tells you what to read and what not to read. But this is just me sharing what I felt after reading this book. So let's start. I think to start with, this book is unputdownable because the way it is written, it is very engaging. The plot and world building was very well done, I would say. Almost everything in this book feels very real and very relatable. So you won't have a hard time connecting to these characters to some level. I will come to the few flaws of the books of few flaws of the book afterwards. But this feels really relatable. It's funny at times because Saket is a stand-up comedian, and we do get to see some of his performance in the book, which is really quite funny, I would say. It was nice. And apart from that, the drama that has been shown in this book is really praiseworthy because we all know dramas of the Indian family. And when it comes to love, when it comes to a wedding, you know how it is. And we have seen a lot of drama in this book, which is very entertaining and very relatable. So I would say that is something that is very nicely done. The way the book has been written, it is impossible to put it down, honestly. And I think if you are suffering from a reading slump and you just want to get away from it, this is a great pick because I was suffering from my reading slump of 2-3 months, and I finished this book in a day and a half. So this is really great, I would say, in that aspect. Now, coming to the cons of the book, I would say that there was some problems with the math because I couldn't I couldn't add the two and two together. Why I say is, see, Saket is 33 when the book starts, and he was seen doing his first stand-up act in Crayon Club. So he apparently came out of his marriage and is in India. He has left US now. He apparently worked at private equity for 10 years, so 33 minus 10 is 23. And so at that time he had also sold his startup, and he did his startup thing for around, I would assume, 3 to 4 years, because a startup to grow to such a level where you can sell it off to an American entity, it must be profitable and it must do something, like you must solve some real problems, or you must do something really meaningful for them to come and purchase your startup. That is how it works, because if they do not see any benefit or any profits in the business, nobody is going to put their money in it. That is like a common sense. And to in my knowledge, a startup to grow in that extent needs at least 5 to 6 years, but we are keeping it 3 to 4 years. Okay, so he sold his startup when he was 23, right? So minus 23 minus 3 to 4 years, which is approximately 19 20, right? So he must be 19 to 20 when he first started out his startup. Okay, so when he's first started his startup, he did graduate from IIT with his engineering degree, which is, I think, I'm assuming it's BTech. And BTech approximately takes 4 years to complete. And so 19 minus 4 is 15. So he must have joined IIT when he was 15. The math ain't mathing to me. Also, it kind of felt like Saket was portrayed as someone who knows it all, because if you think about his background, he was practically an engineer studying in IIT. But we see most startup founders as engineers, which is quite all right. But then he goes on to start his career in private equity, and he apparently did work in that field for almost a decade, which is surprising, because private equity, if you guys know, do let me know in the comments. But as far as I know, private equity is a core commerce field and something that takes a lot of expertise in the subject to be able to work in that field. So an engineer cannot actually have that level of expertise just by doing his startup. And for someone who just did his engineering from IIT, I don't think will be able to get into private equity in America in the real world. I don't think so. This was almost unrealistic to me. And then again, we find Saket leaving stand-up comedy and doing a startup which is a multi-billion-dollar startup, and then selling it off again. So it's sort of, Saket was sort of shown as someone who can do it all, which is unrealistic in real life. I think so. Now coming to Payal, we see Payal working at private equity when the book starts out for the last 10 months, and she is 21 when the book starts. So if we minus 1 year approximately, to like when we are assuming graduated, she graduated when she was 20, and she went to Stanford to do her undergrad. That takes around 3 to 4 years. So she applied in Stanford when she was 16. The math ain't mathing again. And we also see Payal achieving really great milestones in her work. I think she became a VP vice president in Blackwater when she was 27, and she was also the managing director of Blackwater India, which is the Indian chapter of the company, the entity. I'm assuming it's a foreign entity. When she was 33, I guess. Yeah, 33. When so she became the managing director of this multi-million dollar company, the Indian chapter of that company, when she was 33. It's kind of unrealistic to me. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's kind of unrealistic, because you don't get to see managing directors of multinational multi-billion dollar companies um, at 33, or a VP at 27. So it's really crazy to me. But if you assume all of that as true, then what we get is Payal as a very high achieving, very meritorious, very intellectual individual, and she also went to Stanford. She topped Stanford. She lived in America for 3 to 4 years, so she must be a very someone who is very strong, someone who is very brave and very kind of outspoken, who doesn't take shit from people, who is, who stands up for herself, for the values that she has, and what is right and what is wrong. But when we see that her parents didn't approve of her match with Saket, she did not stand up for herself, I think, which she should have, given the character that is portrayed in the book, like her academics and her career and etc. etc. Now the third thing is the third thing that is very problematic, that felt problematic to me, is portraying Payal as a very naive, very innocent and pure kind of girl. Why I'm saying pure is because she was portrayed as someone who never had a boyfriend, who never dated someone, who never kissed someone, who has never seen a boy like seeing a boy, right? So there is this image of her who is very insane, innocence and naive. But then that character doesn't really go with someone who is very overachiever of her age, who is very intellectual, intelligent, and who has lived in America for 3 to 4 years. Because come on, we all know how life in America and India is. I'm not shaming India because I love my country. But things in America and India is very different, the way people live. Now we see that these people were living together and were in a relationship, I mean Saket and Payal, for 1 year, for over 1 year, and they were in love, they were madly in love with each other. But when the time came to stand up for yourself, and when the time came to fight for herself, she did not. She she mildly, not mildly, she actually was heartbroken as well, but she accepted the match her family wanted her to get married to. Now coming to this part, where it felt really odd to me was when her family didn't approve of Saket, her family made her block him from everywhere: phone, social media, WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, you name it, even email. Then afterwards, we see that they made her take a new SIM card and give her existing SIM card to the house help, and she did not fight it. She did not call Saket from some different phone. She didn't try to reach out to him. We just see that again that naive Payal comes back. We see that she was in pain, she was hurting, I understand, but she kind of accepted it, which sort of felt like giving in to something that is very wrong. And we see that she gave in to her parents. She gave in to all the tantrums that her parents were throwing at. That is crazy, and that is, and almost, and something that was very disturbing was this was normalized, that parents throwing some drama, parents almost emotionally blackmailing you to get married to someone that you don't want to, and you giving into their drama, you giving into their emotional blackmails, and you're not fighting for it. It's just, and it is idealized in here in this book. I felt it very problematic, and in today's day and age, where almost all the relationships are the situationships, nanoship, benching, whatever things we hear about, we see real love happening over here, and then the protagonist doesn't fight for it. It's very odd, and it's not something that should be idealized in a book in today's day and age. So when Saket first sees Payal, we see him getting really attracted to her, and we see him describing her skin of the hands, describing as soft as jasmine and as white as jasmine, something like that. For someone who just came out of a divorce just now and who has like almost an age difference of 12 years, this is messed up. To me, this is messed up. I mean, getting attracted to someone by who they are, and getting to know someone and having interactions, that is normal. I'm not judging. If it works for you, if the age gap thing works for you, it works for you, I'm not judging. But being attracted to someone who is like 12 years, who is practically so young, is just messed up. And again, this was idealized in this book. Now we see Payal getting married to Parimal, the potential match her family wanted her to get married to. So she marries Parimal, who is a chartered accountant, and she tries to fit in, and she tries to make her marriage work because, of course, her parents want that. So she, of course, like the innocent good girl that she is, she gives in and she tries to make her marriage work and forget Saket. Now the character that Parimal was portrayed as was unrealistic to me, because see, I cannot talk for everyone, but in my experience, chartered accountants are not like that. I have seen a lot of chartered accountants, and they are not the kind that Parimal was portrayed as. Now, few chartered accountants might be like that. I'm not. I cannot speak for everyone, but he was seen to fight for like $20, $30, and it's weird. Like there was a part where Parimal and Payal goes on lunch, and now when they were ordering, Parimal said that, oh, we want to, like, let's not order something from here because there is this gulab jamun mojito which is retailing for $400. We can save on that. You're practically out on a date with your fiance, and you are. Mm, Anyways, and we see a lot of instances where Parimal was seen to be petty, and who is seen to be a very immature kind of person. See, there might be people like that, but I have never seen people like that who is a CA. They're very professional, they are very workaholic, I know, but they're very mature as well. They're not crackheads like this. Anyways, I am biased because I'm from a commerce field. Now, when this wedding scenario was happening, Payal basically dumped Saket. She said that I don't want to see your face again and everything, etc., etc. Now, Saket was heartbroken to his death. Now, he was drunk out of his mind, and he was drinking so much that he was sitting on his window ledge and he fell off because he was drunk. Now, he passed out when he fell off, and he was bleeding. His head had some sort of fractures, so blood was oozing out of his head, and he bled for 3 days before Mudit, his best friend, comes to check in with Saket because he was not picking up any calls. So he comes and he takes him to the hospital and admits him there and gives blood to his friend. Okay, but my question is, if someone is so drunk and he he was practically he passed out, okay, and he was bleeding for 3 effing days, and he did not have any food, he did not have any water. I don't know how he was alive. And then when we see that Saket in his senses, him back into his consciousness, we do not see any sort of signs of pain or any signs of struggling, like, physically. Okay, he was just talking as if it was all fine and all right. Now, again, now we also see Payal getting married. Now Saket is trying to move on, but has not been able to move on for 12 effing years. Yeah, I'm not kidding with you. He was stuck in that relationship which lived for 1 year, and he couldn't practically move on from it for 12 years. I mean, I get it, breakups can be hurtful, breakups can be heartbreaking. You can love someone so much that you do not have anything left in you. But having said that, 12 years is a very long time, and for someone who is 33 when 34 when the relationship ended, this is sort of ridiculous because you not moving on from a girl for 12 years. 12 years is a long time, come on, like you can take 3 4 years, 5 years. But and again, this was normalized in this book. In the era of benching situationships, unrealistic. Again, now coming to a part which is supposed to be adult. I mean, this book is supposed to be rated A because the sort of things we have in this book, I was traumatized to my death because, coming from a smart reader who reads a lot of romance and smart and enjoys it, we have books here, okay, for the proof. Now, the sort of scenes that we see in this book made me feel uncomfortable and made me very uncomfortable in such a way that I almost felt like throwing up in my bed when I was reading this book. But I somehow controlled myself from throwing up. Now, again, these things were normalized. We see some very explicit scenes over here. I'm not complaining. We get to read these scenes in romance novels. It's very normal. But the way things were portrayed, again, me again, I have this problem with Payal's naivety. Um, I don't know how to say it, but I'm gonna say it because I'm almost 20 and this girl is 21. Anyways, so we see Payal saying Saket that she doesn't know what an climax is. Yeah, and she also says things like, "What do you do with the condom when you're done with it?" I mean, uh, it's very uncomfortable, and for someone who is 21, an adult, and has lived in the US for 3 4 years, she might not be interested in having physical interactions with random people. I agree, many people are like that, but to not know what to do with the condom when you're done with it, done with the business. She's asking Sakit that we have it. I can tell you the page number. I'm not kidding. I have tabs here, okay? I'm not kidding here. And we also see things like role play and bondage in this book. Again, someone who didn't know and didn't have her first kiss, who didn't know what a climax is, and is asking the other individual what it is and what to do with the condom, was seen to do role play and bondage few months, like in few months, is disturbing, is weird to me. I'm not saying it is impossible, but again, it's weird. Again, we see a very explicit scene. It is on page number 137, if I'm not mistaken. I will i will confirm the page number, okay? So we see these two. So I'll tell you the whole story. Saket was in his tour for stand-up comedy. He comes back to Bombay, and Payal says that you come to my parents' house. So Payal wanted her parents to meet Saket. So she says that they are in the temple. You come and we can like hang out for a bit, and then you know, you'll meet my parents. Okay. Now this guy comes. Okay, and now they're chatting. 2 3 minutes in, and they get freaky, and they want to do it. Okay, so Paya says, so let's go to my room, and we'll get freaky. Cool. They were role playing again in her room, unlocked, didn't lock the room. And guess what? Her parents walk into the room and they are doing it. She was on all fours. I'm like, I'm not getting too graphical. If you read these books, if you read this book, you will. I was so embarrassed. I was so uncomfortable reading this part. And to top it off, they were naked. This guy was naked, and her parents walk in, and they're standing in the doorway, and they're seeing it happen. Sakit froze. He was standing in there. He was naked. He couldn't find anything to cover it, to cover the little mister. He didn't. He was standing for 2 3 minutes, stayed, froze. A 33-year-old man, and her parents saw everything happen. And his at that part, I wanted to throw this book out of my window. I'm not kidding. Okay, so sir, if you are listening to this, please just I am. It's uncomfortable. No shade, but it's uncomfortable. I'm not saying these things don't happen in real life. I have not seen these things happen in real life. Maybe I have not seen the world, but could you please just not add these way too graphic things in the book that makes people uncomfortable? Because coming from someone who has read Smart, it's not that I have not read. I love reading Smart, but and I have talked to few of my fellow readers. We have a group where we were discussing about this book. There were people who were uncomfortable like me. It's not just me. It's not a me problem. It's a we problem. So I think that's it about this video. They just, and after 12 years of Saket not moving on, we see Payal getting a divorce. and then getting married to Saket, like after 12 years, like 12, 13 years, I guess. Yes. Yeah. We see Payal fight for herself after she tried to make her marriage work and it didn't work. So it took her almost 10 to 12 years to fight for herself and get a divorce because she practically couldn't live with the person that her parents wanted her to. And then these two get married. That's it. That's it. Now, if you want to read this book, you are free to let me know in the comments how you like it and what you felt while reading this book. If you have already read it or have been reading it, I would love to hear your thoughts and we can chat on my Instagram, which is at @rayhere_. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.